Hello Ghoulies and Beasties, it's Anastasia back with another makeup tutorial. So to start off today, I'm going to put that beanie on to block my hair. And we're going to obviously start with my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. There she goes. The makeup tutorial today is going to be based loosely on famine, or just the idea of wasting away. So you could use this for like a 7 Deadly Sins sloth kind of approach, or you can even use this for like a glam-esque Living Dead zombie. It's open to interpretation. Just make sure your shit's blended, please. We are going to be bringing the foundation, contour, and highlight down on the chest today because we're going to be doing a little bit of chest makeup. However, you won't see a lot of it on the video today just because I don't want to be flagged by YouTube. No, thank you. So we unfortunately will not be freeing the nip on this day today. Make sure you also drink water and stay hydrated. Thank you. Next, we're going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick in the shade Minx. And we're going to create a skull-like shape on our face to really make our features sink in. You're going to see me go back over this with a little bit of dots of that same shade. And I'm just going to heavily contour to make my face look like it is sunken in and deteriorating. The sicker and more deadly that you look, the better. I would suggest using a shade of cream and powder contours that is more gray in tone as opposed to more orange or more warmth in it, because the cooler tones are going to give a more realistic contour shade, especially if you're supposed to be dead. We're also going to go in and contour our neck and fill out for those collarbones, contour those. And you're going to see me go in and do something on the chest that you can't see on camera, which is trying to trace in some ribs. Obviously, I had to just create mine because I could not feel them. Tibbies are a little bit bigger now, so it's harder to feel the bone structure. And then we're just going to go in and blend the fuck out of everything. I purposely used a dry sponge for this because I wanted to, honestly, I was just lazy. So I just wanted to use a dry one. I would suggest either using a wet one or you can use a brush as well if you're confident in your blending abilities with a brush. Make sure to keep viewing yourself from different angles to see how the shadows reflect, especially if you're going to be recording this makeup instead of just taking a head-on picture. You want to make sure that it's well blended from all angles. Yes, look at that jiggle. She is beating the hell out of her flesh to blend these colors in. As you see, I'm going to be turning to make sure everything's even and give a little side eye. And then I'm going to go right back into blending everything. Blending is going to be the key point to this makeup if you want it to look more realistic. Now I'm going to take my I Am Magic Concealer in the shade 24 from Juvia's Place. And I'm just going to go on the outer ridges of the places that I want to highlight. I'm not highlighting the center of the face necessarily under the eyes because I want those to be soaking in later. And I'm going to do that with my contour powder. Just place the highlighter on the places that you want to pop out and be more prominent in the contour, where you want to have things fall back and recess into the shadows. And as we did with the contour, we're gonna go in and blend out the highlights as well, keeping them within the bounds of the contoured shades that we've already put down. As you see on that collarbone right there, it's just gonna make it pop a whole lot more, and it's gonna make it look more prominent, which is what you want if you're supposed to be decaying in the morgue, or if you just rose up from the grave. You know, you wasted away a little bit, or a lot of it, depending on how severe you wanted to make it. I'm then gonna go in with the colorless setting powder from Mayron with a powder puff, and I'm gonna beat the hell out of my face, my neck, my shoulders, my chest. Did I say my chest already? Oh well, you get the point. Anywhere that you put your creams and your foundations and whatnot, make sure you set it, because you do not want to get it on your outfit, on the car, on a door. You know, make sure it stays where the fuck it needs to stay. I actually am really impressed with the setting powder. It didn't make me, I don't think, look too gray toned. So I'm gonna see if they have one that might have a slight pink shade to it. And you also see a little bit of the contouring on my chest every time I reel back a little bit to check on it. And there I found a random lash in my kit, and I'm gonna throw that right back into the void. I forgot to film this for the contour powder, but I'm actually using the MTF eyeshadow from the Nikita X Morphe palette. I'm using that everywhere that I contour, just to blend that a little bit more and add a little bit more saturation to it. And for the deeper areas, I went in with Prima Donna on a smaller brush. There we go. I'm about to hold it up right there. And I show it then. Okay. I don't know why I waited so long to show that when I started using it way before then. To my Chanel. That is right, you heard it correctly. I'm watching Luxuria. She is my favorite YouTuber to watch while I get ready. That and a closet historian. It's a scandal, girls. Gout in the bin you go. Why aren't you making it to the Swan? I really fucking love her. My fiance does too. I'm then going to go in with my contour powder, and I'm going to contour my Cupid's bow underneath my lip, my chin dimple, and the corners of my lips to make them appear more sunken in and to make the presence of almost like a rot-esque look come through. I'm also going to take that same shade and begin contouring my eyes to make them sink into my head. I will intensify this later with Prima Donna from the Nikita X Morphe palette. I am also using MTF to start contouring my eye bags to make those a lot more prominent. Because you're not really quite dead if you ain't got eye bags, you know? Unless you drowned, in which case you're just bloated as hell. The fuck? I thought Jasmine already did that, but I guess not.
And it's because of the accessibility feature on
some of the kids shows that they put on today. Also, I am pretty sure that either Mulan or Jasmine were the first two princesses to rock the pants. So, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Make sure you keep checking your symmetry, check your work, and give a little shimmy shimmy. I am then going to go in with the shades Army and Shigo from the Nikita Dragon palette to base the eye. Not gonna lie, those two pigments were not nearly as pigmented as I thought they were gonna be. So I ended up going back in with another palette to actually give me a little bit more green payoff. I didn't want it to be neon green. I just wanted something that was like a mossy green. But neither of these were living up to what I had envisioned. I did put a heavy coating of Army underneath my eye, and I feel like that did okay. But that shadow just did not live up to the pigmentation that I was hoping for. So we're gonna go in with another palette here in a second. Ooh, she's feeling herself. And here I am using the Shigo shade, and like I said before, it just, I don't know if this is supposed to be the most pigmented neon green in the world, but I expected it to be since it's called Shigo. But we're gonna let Shigo go. Because it was not doing what needed to be done, and the next palette did. Speaking of that palette, the Makeup Revolution Forever Flawless Birds of Paradise palette, I'm going to be going in with Budgie, Jungle, and Fiesta, which are the three greens that are in that palette. And as you can see, is going a lot better. And I actually like the pigmentation on these shadows more. So the Nikita one, I like some of the shades. I'm gonna have to see how the rest of them act. But the greens were not greening. The greens were very muted, and I did not like it. I'm then gonna add those shades of greens to the corners of my lips, around my nose, just to reinforce that idea of rot and decay. Gonna go in with the Alexa Stone Transformation palette with the lightest purple shade, that little lilac-y purple. And we are gonna be using that as our blush today because if you're dead or dying, you don't really have a warmth to your face. So I figured going in with a cool toned lilac would give the right amount of blush. I'm then going in with a deeper mossy kind of olivey green color for the outer lining of the lips. And then what I'm gonna do after that is I'm going to take a lighter version of that color in the middle to kind of ombre out a little bit. And make sure you stay hydrated again. Please be drinking water. Don't drink this shit. I'm then going to go in with the NYX Epic Liner Pen, obviously in black. And I'm going to create just a small little wing on both eyes. I'm not really trying to make the wings exaggerated that much. We also are not going to be doing eyebrows today. That's why I beat more foundation into them than normal. Otherwise, I would have used black or an auburn color. But I wanted to make it appear as if the brows are just falling out at this point. I am then taking Fiesta, which is the green metallic shade from that palette, and I'm applying that to the inner corners and across the lid halfway. And then I'm going to go back in a little bit and use it just on the brow bone. I really fucking love this color. Who knew? A shimmery green. Groundbreaking. I'm then going to use my MAC Stack mascara. I'm just going to use it to get rid of it. I like it. It's just not waterproof, so I'm just like, meh. Because I feel like if I start sweating, this is going to blind me. I will say it does create endless volume, so I will give it that. And the brush is small enough to get the bottom lashes without fucking up my makeup. I'm then gonna take whatever is left on the mascara wand and just kind of like rub that around towards the end of my crease where the eyeliner meets it, just to kind of grunge it up just a little bit, and the same thing on the bottom lash line. Next, I'm going to start applying my velour eyelash glue to my lashes. As y'all know, I will always use 2 coats of glue on my lashes. The more glue, the better. The stronger the hold it will have to your eyelash. Especially since I was going to be doing a strenuous activity after doing this makeup. I'm just messing around with my hair for the end of this video to show y'all what it looks like as soon as it gets done. I am putting on a look and a wig to do said activity afterwards, but I'm not going to show that in this video because, spoilers, you'll see it eventually. I am going to go ahead and then put on my lashes. If you have problems putting on your lashes, I always recommend either putting on the middle part of your lash first, if you want it to directly line up against your lash line, or what I do is I put it closest to my inner corner as possible and then just slightly angle it out to give a more uplifted look. And these are just some random lashes I still had lying around somewhere. Alrighty, y'all, this is the finished makeup look. This is famine-inspired, undead, rotting in a morgue somewhere. Feel free to use this as a tutorial for any kind of looks that you would like to create, and feel free to tag me and comment what you like the most about this makeup tutorial. And comment what other looks you'd like to see. See you on the next video, ghoulies and beasties.